In our debut video, we delve into the recent controversy surrounding Jamaican government minister and Member of Parliament, Everald Warmington. Following the local government election, Warmington sparked outrage with his remarks about withholding state funds from a PNP councillor, igniting debates about political ethics and party accountability. Join us as we dissect the implications of Warmington's statements on the political landscape of Jamaica, particularly within the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP. Despite the JLP's efforts to distance itself from Warmington's remarks, questions loom over his continued presence in office and the potential impact on the party's future standing. Watch the included footage of Warmington addressing supporters post-election, and let's discuss the broader ramifications of such behavior in a democracy striving for equality and justice. Is it time for the JLP to take decisive action and demand accountability from one of its own? Tune in to engage in this crucial conversation, shaping the trajectory of Jamaican politics. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on our commentary on Jamaican politics and viral news. Your voice matters in shaping the discourse.
This is right now. I'm a Minister of Work. I'm a Member of Parliament. No PMP council going to spend my money.
Two major private sector organizations and the opposition People's National Party, PNP, issued statements yesterday seeking urgent action against Cabinet Minister Everald Warmington for statements he made at a constituency rally in St. Catherine on Tuesday about sharing government funds. These bodies, the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, and the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce, JCC, also expressed displeasure with the comments of Dennis Meadows, the PNP caretaker for Trelawney Northern, whose remarks supporting scammers were swiftly withdrawn by him and the opposition PNP. The PSOJ stated that it was deeply concerned about the circulation of a video on social media showcasing members of the political directorate engaging in unseemly behavior. The JCC remarked, Mr. Warmington claims that Kurt Wall, the PNP candidate who has reportedly unseated the JLP incumbent Lloyd Grant in the Old Harbour South Division, would not get a cent in public sector funds that may be spent by his ministry in the district. Mr. Warmington well knows that the funds earmarked for expenditure to address municipal issues are not his money, but belong to the taxpayer. Similarly, he well knows that there is no scope for authorizing an outgoing councillor to carry on exercising the authority and responsibilities of duly elected public officers. Mr. Warmington's remarks are particularly concerning in light of Prime Minister Holness's statements in his late-night press conference, where the Prime Minister adopted a sober and even-handed posture in his remarks, during which he praised the contenders from each political party for waging competitive campaigns. The Chamber said. The JCC also expressed its displeasure with the comments of Meadows, the PNP caretaker for Trelawney Northern, whose remarks in support of scammers were swiftly repudiated by the PNP Secretariat, and he later personally apologized for his remarks. This is not an isolated incident, but a continuation of a disturbing trend where crude and, in some cases, the perpetuation of illegal behavior is displayed openly, undermining good morals and decency, the Constitution, and the values we, as a nation, hold dear, the PSOJ said in its comments on the statement by Meadows. The PSOJ has repeatedly called for an improvement in the conduct of our country's leaders and for the leadership of the respective political parties to hold their members accountable. Yet, despite these calls, the unacceptable pattern persists, eroding the public's trust and respect in our political institutions and leaders, the group said, while also condemning Warmington for his statement. At the same time, the PNP demanded that Prime Minister Andrew Holness immediately oust offensive MP Everald Warmington from the cabinet. Warmington's recent threat to withhold state funds from PNP councillors is a new low in his history of gutter politics and tribalism. Warmington, meanwhile, in a statement Wednesday night said, "To the extent that my comments, which were made in the heat of the moment and perhaps could have been more clearly stated, have been misinterpreted as endorsing victimization, I unequivocally reject any such sentiment. I recognize that I am Member of Parliament for all my constituents and as Minister represents the entire Jamaica. I appreciate this opportunity to clarify my position and remain committed to serving my constituents. I, therefore, unequivocally withdraw the statement and apologize to the people of Jamaica. Also, the General Secretary of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, Dr. Horace Chang, in a statement, said the party condemns Warmington's statements and distances itself from the suggestion of political victimization within constituencies. At the core of our organization, we espouse the principles of equal rights and justice, and any suggestion that the democratically elected councillor will be victimized must be rebuffed. Mr. Warmington's comments are reprehensible and do not represent the views of the Jamaica Labour Party or its leadership, said the JLP. As we know, Warmington is no stranger to despicable behavior, and the people of Jamaica have had enough. Yet, Prime Minister Andrew Holness seems to be ignoring our calls for him to be removed. Why is this? Why are the people who have hired you being ignored? We demand accountability. This behavior further confirms that the Prime Minister cannot control his ministers. What are your thoughts on the current issues surrounding Everald Warmington? Has Warmington crossed a line this time? Do you believe his apology is sufficient? Should the Prime Minister demand his resignation? And is the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, losing supporters? These questions underscore the gravity of the situation. Warmington's remarks have ignited widespread concern and debate, raising serious questions about accountability and ethical conduct in Jamaican politics. While an apology has been offered, many are questioning whether it adequately addresses the impact of his words and actions. The call for Prime Minister Andrew Holness to take decisive action adds to the urgency of the matter. How he responds to this situation will not only reflect on Warmington, but also on the leadership and integrity of the JLP as a whole. As for the JLP support base, the handling of this controversy may indeed have implications. Voters are closely watching how the party addresses internal issues and whether it upholds principles of transparency and accountability. The fallout from this incident could potentially influence the party's standing among the electorate. In summary, the current situation involving Warmington raises significant questions about leadership, accountability, and political integrity. The responses from both Warmington and the JLP leadership will be closely scrutinized, with potential ramifications for the party's support base and future electoral prospects.